I'd like to introduce myself. I'm John Berkeley. Jenna's my daughter. Kyle's my, I guess I'd call him my new son-in-law. On behalf of my wife, Kim, I'd like to say thank you for coming. We appreciate it for you guys to join us here and help celebrate the special occasion. Look at the couple up here. Don't they look nice and fantastic today? Even Kyle cleaned up well, didn't he? Got a little story to tell you about Kyle when we first met him. Jenna did, when she graduated from Mankato with a degree in social work, she wanted to come over to Wisconsin and get her master's degree. So Trevor comes up to me one day and he says, God, I don't know what that's going to be like if we have our daughter going to Wisconsin. That means she's going to potentially marry somebody that likes the Packers. And I thought, oh boy, I don't know if this is good or not. But for all us Vikings fans, Kyle turned out to be on the good side. So he's a Vikings fan. I heard Rodgers got hurt already this year. He stubbed his toe and he's out for the season. No, just a short story about that one. One more short story on Kyle. When he came up to visit us in Rogers area, we were going to go golfing, and Kyle says, well, I'm not very good. I thought, oh, I'm not either, so this should be interesting. So we get out and golf. The first hole he birdies, second hole he birdies, third hole he eagles. And I thought, holy crap, now what is he doing? He's sandbagging me. Well, he came back to earth, and now he's playing normal golf like the rest of us do, so I at least can play competitive with him. 30 years ago, I held a little girl who's now grown into a very special young lady. You are a bright, motivated firstborn who knows what she wants, and you found that in your soulmate. I'm very proud of what you've become, and I look forward to what the future has in store for you. A couple of things as parents that we'd like to have our children have or become our roots or a foundation. And as parents, we'd like them to have this, and that comes from a good family, especially from your mom, not necessarily me, but your mom. And your friends, and you have this, and look at everyone here today that's come out to help you guys celebrate. The other thing that we hope that you have is independence and wings. And you get this through education and work ethic. And again, I'm so proud of this, that this is what made you what you are today. Marriage, like a birth, marks a new beginning. The day I drove home from the hospital after Jenna was born was a new beginning for me. To be a father of a daughter seems a bit overwhelming, but the anticipation for her life and for a relationship helped me overcome my fears and worked hard to be a father worthy of a special person. Today we are here to start another chapter for Jenna and Kyle. They probably feel a little overwhelmed, but those feelings will melt away as they anticipate their new life together, and they build a relationship that will stand the test of time. Here's some thoughts for you as you embark on this new chapter. Be true to each other always. Share your joys and your burdens. Love much and laugh more. And appreciate each other. Be each other's best friend. Always speak well of each other, even in private. And when things don't go well, forgive as often as required. Married life is a venture, and today you will embark on that venture together in the Canvas Whiz. I thought I'd have to throw that boating in it. Canvas Whiz is the name of their boat. So just so you guys kind of reference that point. Yeah. Even though you are individuals, your covenant that you created today makes the couple more important and special than either of you separately. So today, with your family and friends present, you will begin something new and marvelous. Remember your promise that you professed earlier today. Keep them with all your heart, and you will have to have the sense of joy and wonder about what new life will bring. I would like to say that with all my heart, I offer you and Kyle my congratulations, love, and support as you begin the latest adventure life has to offer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses and let's toast to the new couple that they have a smooth sailing, love and devotion for each other, and above all, a good marriage. And best of all, a Vikings fan.
Giving a maid of honor speech sober, so we'll see how that goes. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jessica. I'm Jenna's best friend. We met, as the guy earlier said, working at Lowe's in the self-checkout. Never in a million years did I think I'd meet my best friend that way, but I'm so glad I did. Our friendship quickly turned into more than just being friends. She was more of like another sister to me. From college parties to many nights in Madison Lake, many road trips to Chicago, where Jenna almost peed her pants when the trains went above her head. She didn't know what those were. She got us into a club for free that night. And living and working together all throughout college, we were inseparable. We were together more than we were apart. I could tell you many more embarrassing stories about Jenna, but I won't roast her like she roasted the rest of us, since it's her special day. But fast forward to when we had to move away from each other after college. She's the one friend who lives the farthest away from me, but the one I see the most and talk to the most. And I couldn't be more grateful for her. All right. Don't you cry.
So true though.
All right, we've seen each other through everything pretty much, including finding the one. I remember when Jenna first told me about Kyle, she called me on the phone, and the way she was talking, I could just tell in her voice that he was the guy for her. The hot guy in blue? Yeah. She quoted hot guy in blue on the phone. No, seriously, Kyle, you're so patient and kind, and you and Jenna even each other out perfectly. When I'm with you two, I can feel the love radiating across the room, and I can feel how happy you two really are together. Not only do you, but your entire family welcomed Jenna in when she moved to Oshkosh and knew nobody else. And I know that is so important to her and important to Kim and John, too, that she found another family here. We'll get there. You two, nothing but the absolute best and many years of wedded bliss. I know your love will flourish over the years because you guys fit together like peanut butter and chocolate.
She enables. Not only my mom.
So here you go, Kyle's favorite treat. And Jenna made me take shots of pucker at my wedding, but I haven't made it to the liquor store in quite a few weeks. So,
I don't know why.
well.
She has a newborn. Let's give her a round of applause.
So the Dr. Cherry from the bar here is going to have to do. So if everyone can raise their glasses and give a toast to these two very special people in my life. It's not as good as pucker, but it'll have to do.
First of all, the worst decision I made so far tonight was being last because I have to go after these two great speeches. But you were great. John, you were great. John and 5. Anyways, I want to first of all thank Kyle and Jenna's family for this awesome day. It's been amazing so far. So thank you guys for hosting this thing. I'm Scott. I'm the best man. I've known Kyle since our preschool days at We Care in Amro. Believe it or not, it's been that long. But even with that said, I'm very thrilled and humbled to be named the best man of this wedding. So I'm very excited to be here. Like I said, Kyle and I met in high school or in preschool. We became friends instantly and did almost everything together. We spent many weekends at each other's houses or on Kyle's boat or at his parents' camper. Kyle's and my interests have always been similar. We grew up playing Pokemon. I remember a night when Kyle and I stayed up all night trying to beat the final gym on our Game Boys. We stayed up till 2 o'clock. We did that last night, but at that time it was a big deal. Then it was WWF wrestling. We literally had belts that we made that we would fake wrestle each other for at each other's houses, and we got to keep the belts if we beat each other. I don't know how we decided that, but we did. And then we did paintball. We paintballed behind Kyle's parents' house for a while, and we never actually paintballed because either we were arguing about somebody got hit or someone ran out of CO2 again. But honestly, our biggest connection came over sports. We played together all the way through youth basketball, all the way through high school. And we were big fans of sports as well. I would give Kyle's dad the most credit for making me a big sports fan because my family wasn't big professional sports fans, so I kind of cheered for whoever Kyle's family cheered for. Wait for it. So, believe it or not, this needs to stop really fast. No, I remember in 2005, I watched Tiger chip in at Augusta to win the Masters at Kyle's house. That was a pretty good moment. We watched many Michael Jordan Bulls playoffs games at his house, and then eventually Kobe and the Lakers. But yes, I was a Viking fan for a very brief period of time. It's something that still haunts me. I was young. I was very dumb and impressionable. However, there was a silver lining to this. It taught me how to deal with loss at a young age. And if anybody knows me, I don't deal with loss well. So began me becoming a Packer fan. But Kyle and I actually were in the exact same class until 3rd grade, K through 3. I don't know if it was the Power Rangers at recess where we beat each other up or the rock bottoms and choke slams as we got older. But either way, either the school or our parents found out that shouldn't happen anymore. And I honestly don't think we were in the same class ever since. But as Kyle and I got older, we remained pretty close and pretty passionate about sports. But we added some new hobbies to our list. TPing, ding-dong ditching, tormenting on my younger brother, and his friends, by the way, which actually feels really good because I saw Zach earlier, and Kyle and I couldn't beat him up together. I saw my brother too, and well, maybe we still could, but we need a couple more beers. Kyle's house was definitely the place to hang out as we grew up. His parents were usually gone, either boating or camping, which was awesome for us. He had a huge game room, a pool, and even now at 30, I can't tell many stories from them. I'm still worried about the repercussions. I'm going to share one of my favorites, though, at the expense of Kyle. So one of our favorite hobbies to do when we were at each other's houses were shoot some baskets on Kyle's hoop. He already knows what's coming. And we'd wager things, and we're middle school kids, so we didn't drink or any of that stuff. But we were playing horse, and for whatever reason, first of all, Kyle's never had beaten me at horse at that point, and he's still never beaten me since. But for some reason, he was feeling very confident. Like I said, we were not drinking yet, so that was not the reason. So anyways, the bet was whoever lost had to streak down the street in their boxers. Kyle put up a good fight that day, but he lost again, which I was expecting, so it was all great. And so as we were preparing for this run, and Kyle was picking out his best boxers, whatever the hell he was doing, I called one of our friends down the street and said, hey, this guy's going to be running down your street soon. And Kyle was like, well, no one ever drives down this street, so he thought he had the easy way out. So as we approached my friend's house, Kyle made it, no cars passed, and all of a sudden a spotlight came on as we got to the house. And you want to talk about deer in headlights. Now, embarrassing as this was for Kyle, it got way worse than that because our family friend, he told his dad, and his dad called Carl. And Carl was not happy, by the way. I don't know if he was unhappy at Kyle or that he had to come back from the boat. I'm not sure, but either way, he was pretty upset. And Kyle basically came up to me and said, hey, you got to let your parents know they got to come pick you up. There's no chance of that happening. I was not going to call my parents and let me get involved in this trouble. So what I do, I hung out in the preschool or playground equipment that Kyle had at his house. And while I was sitting in the tube in the playground, wondering what was going to happen next, Kyle comes out and tells me that everything was good because a major detail was left behind in the phone call between the family friend and Carl. And that was the fact that Kyle was actually wearing clothes because he actually thought that he streaked naked down the street. And like I said, Carl was under the impression that he was completely naked. When you say streaking, that's usually what that means. So, but no, in all seriousness, Kyle's actually been like a brother to me. We lived a lot further away when college started, but I can tell you that every time I came home from college, Kyle was the first person that I called. Sometimes, yes, that meant we were going to go out and party in Oshkosh, which we did plenty of. But sometimes it was honestly just going to Kyle's house and having a couple beers and catching up, which is not easy to do with just anybody. It has to be a true friend that you can do that with, and those are some of the best nights, way better than the partying that we did. But let's stop talking about Kyle, because he's not that cool. And sitting next to him. Since I've known Jenna, she's been the absolute most selfless person I have ever met. every time I see her, she asks me if she can get me anything or how things are going. Perfect example of this. On the Sunday after Kyle's bachelor party, and I can't talk anymore about this after this. I was sleeping downstairs, no intentions of opening my eyes ever again. And here's Jenna bringing me down a glass of water. She's either really that great or she really knew I needed that bad. But seriously, she has never started a conversation talking about herself whenever I've seen her. And that's not an easy quality to find in a woman, excluding my wife, by the way. And I've seen her display those same qualities with Kyle. For instance, boating is a huge part of Kyle's life. It was before he met Jenna. And not just for fun, but because it's part of his career. And Jenna's completely embraced that. And yes, it is a lifestyle. She's allowed her whole garage to be turned into a man cave. I can't even imagine walking out to your car early in the morning during the winter when you have a garage and saying, I'm okay with this. But again, this is who Jenna is. She thinks of everybody before herself. So knowing the best friend and brother Kyle has been, and seeing the extremely caring and selfless person that Jenna is, there's no question in my mind that these two will enjoy a long and happy marriage. So let's raise our glass to these two. Cheers.
What do we do? Cheers, everyone.